Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Welcome to Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. We have an incredible guest on the show today, the incredible Dr. Steven Lycka. Really looking forward to a conversation. We are streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're also on the E360 TV network. We're also on Business Innovators Radio Network. We're also on USA Global Radio and Television Network and mspnewsglobal.com. Let's bring in our incredible guest, Dr. Steven Lycka. Welcome to Brilliance Business TV, Dr. Steven.
It is such a pleasure to be here, Mark. I am so glad you chose me to be on your show.
Well, I'm looking forward to a conversation with you, Dr. Steven. So what made you decide to go into medicine?
Great question. I am a firstborn child, and firstborn child are born with a disease, and that disease is to try and be the best at what you can. So as I was going along, as a young lad, I was sickly. I was in hospital every month for years because I had bad asthma. And back then they didn't have the medications to treat it. But, I think those early days taught me one of the greatest callings you could do is to be a doctor, because you could help people in no way that nobody else could.
I love it. And I know that you have so many talents as well. We do very similar things in PR as well. So I'm sure we can talk about that a little bit as well. What is the most important lesson you learned from getting an incorrect diagnosis of ALS?
I think it's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens.
Yes.
You can be given lemonades, Mark, but if you don't you can be given lemons, but if you don't make lemonade out of it, it's your fault. Don't bark at the lemons you've been given. If you get knocked down 9 times, you got to get up 10 times. That's what resilience is all about. And that's how you conquer most things. I was given a diagnosis of ALS, but I did not accept it. I kept moving forward despite that. And I kept moving forward till I found the proper diagnosis.
Keep moving forwards. If you get knocked down 9 times, you get up 10. I absolutely love that. Now, you talk a lot about enthusiasm. Why is that so important in living a fantastic life?
You could wake up every day and people could ask you how you're doing, and you can say, I'm getting by. It's just happening. Or you can bounce out of bed and say, thank goodness I have another day to make a difference. Thank goodness I have this phenomenal day when I'm going to talk to Mark on this phenomenal show and I'm going to influence so many people. What would you sooner do, Mark?
I would definitely have the enthusiasm and definitely have those perspectives. I think that's a great way to move forwards and get up 9 times, get up 10 times if you get knocked down 9. There we go. So I'm quite interested about this one, Dr. Steven. Why are the 13 golden pearls important during a time of great crisis?
When I was looking at how you can influence life, I met with an amazing lady by the name of Harriet Tinker, who was a world leading model. And we compared our stories of how we went from adversity to overcoming the adversity. And then we thought about the things that were important in life. Now, I wanted to call them golden nuggets, but Harriet said, no, that sounds too much like McDonald's. So she said, I want to call them golden pearls. And when you think about a pearl, how does it form, Mark? Have you ever thought how a pearl forms?
Under pressure.
Well, actually not. It's a little grain of sand gets into an oyster shell. And instead of being destroyed by it, it puts this wonderful material around it called luster. And in some parts of the world, that material is golden. Now, a single solitary golden pearl costs upwards of $10,000. Now, the golden pearls that are found in you are even more valuable than that because they are invaluable. They're found right inside of you.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So share a couple of your golden pearls then.
Well, let me start with a story. The first golden pearl is love. And there was a beautiful little girl, and she was so bouncy and so kind. She had red curly hair. Every place that she went, the world was her oyster. You know, one day her mother died, so her father had to raise her alone. But she was undaunted. She still had this bountiful energy and was just bouncy everywhere. One day she wrapped a box for her father's birthday and gave it to her father. Now, her father was angry because money was tight. And when he opened it, there was nothing in the box. He said to her, how dare you wrap an empty box? This is money is so tight. She said, Dad, I blew kisses in that box and they're all for you. He was ashamed by that. You know, soon after, the little girl died in a car accident, but it was mortifying to him. But, you know, he kept the box. He put it under his bed, and he'd hear his girl laughing. When he sat down, he could feel the girl on her lap. He'd whisper in his ear, I love you, Dad. But, you know, he died of a broken heart, and then he went to heaven. And he went to heaven, and there was St. Peter at the pearly gates, and he said, I can't let anybody in here. You have to give me something valuable so you can come in. And he gave him the empty box. And St. Peter said, you've got it right. You've given me the most valuable gift in the world, true love. He walked in, and there was his daughter. He said, I missed you so much. She said, why, Dad? When I died, God made me into an angel. When you were sad, I'd whisper in your ear and kiss you. When you needed a hug, I'd be there. I'd sit on your lap. That is the story of true love. And that's what we all need to get to, Mark Spooner.
That's a beautiful story, Dr. Lycka. I absolutely love that. And I think love makes the world go round. I think I'm a believer in love, Dr. Lycka. I really am. What is the number one reason why people should read your book, and where can they find it?
You know, I think they need to read it because they, in this day and age, need a lift up. In this day and age, more than ever, people need to talk about the positive. In this day and age, people need to do it. It's available on Amazon. It's an amazing little book. It's a quick read, but it's draped in layers. Every chapter has a story that leads you into it. Think on that story, move on that story, and make sure you incorporate it into your everyday life. Amazon is the best place. I always tell them it's every place good books are sold. And if you can't find it, it's not a good bookstore.
What is the title of the book once more, Dr. Allen?
Secrets to Living a Fantastic Life.
Secrets to Living a Fantastic Life. I love
Dr.
that.
Alan Lycka and Harriet Tinka.
Love it. Go and get a copy of that from Amazon. I highly recommend. And Dr. Alan, just share a little bit about what you do in the PR world, how people can connect with you, who should connect with you, and how people can get in touch with you.
Right now I'm trying to elevate people. I do two things. I coach people. So I try to get them a fantastic life like you and I have. Plus, I help get businesses the recognition that they need. I find businesses that are credible do not have unshakable credibility. So first I evaluate them, see if they are really truly who they are. And when they do, I bring them to the next level. So I love to do that. So if you'd like to get in touch with me, make sure you you write my girl, Tammy at Lycka.ca. Tammy, that's TAMI at Lycka, LY as in yellow, CKA.ca. Make sure you write .ca because it's the best way. My other place is my website, drallenlycka.com. That's DRALLEN, Lycka, LYCKA.com. And if you'd like a professional speaker to help you or your group get to the next area, check me out on Dr. L Speaks, DRAL Speaks.com. I can help your organization get to the next level with this unshakable leadership and unshakable happiness. Those two pillars can take you out of the doldrums, help your staff, and help your leadership.
I would encourage everyone to get in touch with the incredible Dr. Alan Lycka at drallenlycka.com. Dr. Alan, I thoroughly enjoyed having a conversation with you. And also, I thoroughly enjoyed your story as well. I think that was a beautiful story as well. So thank you for sharing that with us. And I know you're doing incredible things in the PR world. He also has an incredible radio show that I was recently on as well. So go and check out drallenlycka.com. Dr. Alan, thank you so much for being my guest today.
Dr. Mark Stevens Pooler, it has been such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
The pleasure's been all mine. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Brilliance Business.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.